Should be fun. We'll see. Take your time on their check, at least about 10-15 minutes. Let's really work it out of them, make them want to leave. Well, we'll have fun. Like it. Oh, a little early for curse words. Let me go ahead and ease you into that, you know? A little foreplay. We don't want to get too crazy with it right away, right? Some of us still have to finish our last drink and get started on the next one. By the way, guys, let's give it up to our bartenders behind the bar, Nicole and Dave. Thank you guys for taking care of us. So glad to be here. If you guys want to hear about Michigan, talk to Nicole. And if you guys want to hear about our government's taking over, talk to Dave. Now, all jokes aside, guys, I love working here. I love being here. This place is a really cool place. Nice, right here in the heart of Jupiter. Real hardy blue-collar folk that pull up in Porsche 911s. Right? Nothing like that elbow grease where you're just getting out that one dent that the help accidentally put into it. Not that many rich people in the crowd tonight. Okay, cool. We can actually have some fun with that. That sounds fun. Oh man, I've actually been shopping for cars lately. It's been a nightmare. I don't know if anyone's had to buy a car lately. It's crazy out there. You guys know that Broncos are going for $200,000? What a comeback. I mean, think about it. Mid-90s. We were all watching the TV. I was 3, but some of you guys could remember. Mid-90s. We're watching. News comes across, they're like, he's gonna get away. You're like, who? They're like, O.J. Simpson. You're like, what? Just imagine what that marketing team must have been like, just cheering for a murderer like crazy, like, come on, O.J., one more exit. And then he got pit maneuvered, and they were like, damn, so close. Right at month's end, no one's coming in to buy Broncos anymore. And now that he's out of jail, they're just like, listen, when you go on Twitter, by the way, he's on Twitter, crazy. When you go on Twitter, don't talk about the suspension. Because when they ripped you out of that vehicle, that thing was going, I mean, all over the place. Don't mention the top speed because it couldn't outrun a Crown Vic. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I'm from here in Jupiter, born and raised. Do we have any natives here that have been here? Well, I guess native in Jupiter is like 10 plus years at this point, right? Yeah. We got a couple. We got this lovely couple. What are your names? Joni?
Denny.
Joni and Denny both start with an Annie, so that's pretty cool. Or end with an Annie, that's easy. Did the pastor at the wedding, when he read the names, he was like, all I gotta do is get the, and do you, Denny, take you, Annie, to be your lawful wedded spouse? That was before they mic'd him up too. You could really get away with a cough and a sneeze and make it legally binding, you know? That marriage certificate didn't care, they just needed the thumb. And how long have you guys lived here, or are you guys visiting?
Live here.
Live here? How long have you guys been here? 27 years. Nice. Well, you guys are natives. I like it. You guys let Harborside happen, or what? Didn't want to show up for the vote? I mean, they scheduled it at 11:45 on a Monday, which, as we all know, the working man is completely free to show up and wait 6 hours for a municipal zoning vote, right? No, that's not right. We were all clocked into work going, I can't believe this thing's gonna pass by a landslide. Wow. The vote passed 6-1. Who are the 6? The investors. Damn, got us again. I'm not. What do you guys do for work? Or retired? What do you guys do? Law firm. Nice, nice. What about you, Denny?
Self-employed.
Self-employed. Law firm, self-employed. So as you know, don't sue them. They'll fuck you. Screw you. Sorry. I gotta wait till 5 minutes so I can curse. It's like YouTube. I get demonetized. He comes out and he's like, no big day. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty bad Brett impression, but I'll work on it. We'll get it going. We'll figure it out. Oh man, well I appreciate you guys coming out tonight and supporting the room. Thank you. Guys, give it up for Jenny and Denny. I do love the way that we set it up here. It's just like everyone sits at the bar and they're just like, let's wait for that one couple to sit close enough because CJ can't see it. Oh man. Everyone having a good week?
Yeah.
I'm having a good week. I actually started a new job this month. Crazy. I'm in a big boy job. No class, fine. Forget you guys. I'll be back here in a little bit to be an absolute jerk off again and make your drinks. No, I get benefits and everything. At least that's what my paycheck tells me. Got payday yesterday, and I was like, oh, where'd all my money go? I looked it up, and there's this thing called taxes. Guys, why are we not voting against these? What is happening? How long have these things been a thing? Like, I knew you got a little bit off a credit card receipt because I've been bartending for 13 years. I didn't know y'all were getting raked across the coals for the last 80 years. Except Benny, he's self-employed, he claims. Guys, don't forget, hamburgers, tax deductible. Oh man, but I do love my job, but I'm enjoying it, but I'm having trouble assimilating with corporate workspace because they have a big emphasis on networking. And to watch people who don't even like talking to people be forced into rooms of like 100+ new employees, and they're like, if you don't talk to people, you'll never move up. And you just see some introvert with autism from IT just like, so what do you do for the company? You're just sitting there like, Jesus, what? Hey man, I'm CJ, let's start with names. You just see the amount of sweat pouring down his face. He's like, I'm Kenny, I'm so sorry. You're like, buddy, you're doing great. We go, names, job title, what are your hobbies? Well, after that HR meeting, I don't think I'm allowed to tell you my hobbies. Kenny, I think we're gonna be just fine. By the way, are you a piece of crap if you laugh at all the sexual harassment examples? They're over the top. It'll be like Deborah said no to John 13 times when he asked her out. Okay. And on Wednesday, as he handed in his files, he grabbed her tit. Is this sexual harassment? I think slam dunk, no way anyone's flubbing this. Hand comes up from the back, go, well, how did he grab her boob? And I watched 11 people go, that's a good question. And I'm in the back just like breaking a rib, like, trying not to get fired on date 3. I'm trying my hardest. I'm hoping to last a long time. But you know, man, that's the wild thing of life. Life always changes. Like, I used to live on the west coast of Florida for 10 years, and I moved back in with my parents. In my late 20s. Any boomerang kids? Anyone ever have to do a reset, anything like that? Anyone not catch COVID, but COVID caught you? You know what I'm saying? But I found out there's only one thing worse in your late 20s than catching your parents having sex. Don't laugh that hard, that one, KP. They're sitting right here. It's at breakfast the next morning, now that you're old enough. Your dad, in his ultimate dad robe wisdom that never quite closes, wants to tell you about the times he caught your grandparents having sex when he was your age over bran flakes. I'm not saying the stories were bad. I just don't think he needed to act it out. Let's just say I don't need to know how Meemaw and Peepaw had to leverage themselves, because they were built different back then. But I love living at home with my parents. My parents are the best. I was raised by a Midwestern father. Anyone here from the Midwest originally? Yeah, we got a couple of you. You guys ever get into arguments over what constitutes a soup? What is or isn't soup? He does. We walk into a restaurant, he'll be like, what are your soups of the day? Waitress walks over, actually we have a wide choice. I've got clam chowder, lobster bisque, and chili. And then he closes his menu, looks at us and goes, we're going to another restaurant. I'm like, why? And he goes, those aren't soups. And as I go back and forth, I watch him become the Lincoln lawyer in his argument. He's not losing this one, and I hear him with the final closing line of something like, soups will be soups, and the rest should be left. And then storms out like there's a camera following him for a close tight on his way out. But I love my dad. My dad's actually here right now. Give him a big round of applause. I shared his name when I started stand-up. I said, listen, I'll just use the initials. That way you're only 2 letters of embarrassment. You don't have to worry. Although the daily calls about how my Medicare is about to kick in place is pretty fun. And I was raised by a Southern mother. Anyone here from the South?
Yeah.
Just those of us that came from here? Raised by a Southern mother. Guys, when you're raised by a Southern mother, they teach you a lot. Humility, respect, hard work. And even though you didn't ask, they never let you miss the death of a family member. You ever been having a great day? You get a phone call, it's Mom. You're not gonna not answer. Hey Mom. Hey baby, how you doing? I'm good, Mom. What's going on? You remember Uncle Jimmy? Hell yeah, I remember Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy was the best. How's he doing? Dead. Hey Mom. Hey CJ, how you doing? I'm good, I'm good. What's going on? You remember your grandmother? Boy, do I. 30 years ago, she passed away today. So you never have to miss. She was like Facebook memories before they started reminding you of dead people. But I love her to death, guys. Give it up for my mom. She's here. So I had to do that one. Tell you what, though, I love being from this country. I love the United States of America. Best fucking country on the planet. 3 people, you commies, get out. But I tell you what, the way that we decide when people are allowed to do things, kind of weird. Like at 16, we let people start driving cars. I went to the DMV yesterday, none of those teenagers deserved a license. Yo Mom, my license is so lit, fam, I got the total Riz on the lid.
What?
You get them in a Chevy Avalanche, that's a death machine. At 17, we started letting them watch R-rated movies. You can watch Silence of the Lambs before you go to prom. Clarice. Can I take you to prom in a bus of strangers? Like, that's what's happening. At 18, you can vote for our leaders and you can die for this country. And then at 21, the government walks up with cigarettes and beer like, you're gonna need these. But I think it goes the other way too. At certain ages, we're gonna have to start stopping doing things. Fellas, in your mid-50s, no more banging 20-year-olds. I see some sad faces in the back over there. They're like, what the hell? No. You're like, listen, let the illiterate immigrant drive, but you better not take away my 25s and unders. Tell you what, at 65, you should be assigned somebody under the age of 23 to come over to your house that's not related to you and fix your electronics. And at 80, you should have to walk back in that DMV, see the next generation of drivers, take your own driver license out and goes like, nah, I'm not dealing with these idiots. Guys, we have a great show planned for you tonight. Thank you so much for coming out to support live comedy. Our first comedian of the evening, he goes by Royce by Choice. It is going to be a terrific evening. Make a lot of noise for Royce by Choice.
Good evening, my name is Royce. I'm the oldest comedian here. I was told I'm 81 years old, but this is Trump's county, so I'm demanding a recount. I may be old, but I still have the urge to chase women. I just don't remember why. Yeah. I'm so old, my social security number's in Roman numerals. And my blood type's been discontinued. I only eat processed food because I need all the preservatives I can get. I don't touch natural foods, though, not after I read that 80% of the population dies from natural causes. I'm enjoying my, metal years. Yeah, gold in my teeth, silver in my hair, and lead in I discovered my wild oats have turned into all brand, and the only thing that gets hard is my arteries. I live in that town next to Jupiter called Tequesta, the one nobody's ever heard of. Anywhere I travel, they say, "Where do you live?" I say, "Tequesta." They say, "Where's that?" I said, "Do you know where Jupiter is?" "Well, it's next door. It's where Tiger Woods lives." You know, it's such a secret place that I think the FBI hides its witnesses there. I used to drive a limo, and I got a call, and this guy said, "Hey, Royce, are you available? I need a wheelman." So I think he was one of the witnesses. Driving a limo, I had some funny experiences. This woman went to get in the car. She had a couple of suitcases I put in the trunk. She was clutching a big soft leather bag, and I just picked her up at the airport. And I tried to take the bag from her, and she said, "No, I want to hold this on my lap in the back seat." I said, "Fine." So I asked where she's going, and she tells me. I said, "I'll have you home in a minute." 3 beats later, she says, "When we get home, I'm going to take you in and I'm going to feed you. Then we're going to have a shower together, and then we're going to go to bed." I said, "Ma'am, I am hungry. I do need a shower, and I could use some sleep, but I'm married." She said, "Driver, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my dog in the bag." Yeah, it all actually. A lot of the funny started on the very first day. I was ordered to go to Delta and pick up this man in a wheelchair. I helped the man in the back seat. I put his luggage in the trunk. I folded his wheelchair, put it in the trunk, got in the car, and I'm leaving the airport. The old man taps me on the shoulder. He said, "Young man, did you put my wheelchair in the trunk?" I said, "Oh, yes, sir. I'm a professional." He said, "Oh, well, we got to go back to the airport because I think it belongs to Delta." Now he recognized the embarrassment on my face as I'm turning around. He said, "Now, young man, if it had been one of those purple ones from Continental, I don't have one of those." Anyhow, a lot of these young comedians use their phone to read jokes, but I'm the old-fashioned type, and I have to use my glasses. Yeah, I gave up sex, but you can't seem to give up your glasses. I tried sex, but it was like shooting pool with a piece of rope. Yeah. I don't speak in a vulgar style, and I don't use any words that are vile. As clean as my mind has become, I've never understood why others succumb to using 4-letter words just for shock. I've spent my life in ponderous thought, turning lies into jokes without getting caught, inventing the truth that I hope will be bought without knowing by who or what I was taught. My mind then starts to turn and think of money, and I start writing jokes I think are funny. I've discovered that sex is very similar to playing bridge. If you don't have a good partner, well, you better have a good hand. And I know why a lot of you guys like fishing. It's the only time you ever hear that phrase, "Wow, that's a big one." You know, young people have too many contraceptives. In my day, we only had one. It was called a rusty zipper. You know, when you're 20 and you drop something, you pick it up. When you're my age, you drop something, you say, "Can I live without that?" Yeah, whenever I thought I found the key to success, someone went and changed the lock on me. I was almost arrested the other day, but for indecent exposure, but there was a lack of evidence. I have a pacemaker, but I don't think it's working very well because every time I fart, the garage door opens. I was married by a judge. I should have asked for a jury, I'm pretty sure. And just a warning, the consumption of alcohol may cause pregnancy. Just wanted to let you know. You know, I asked my wife, I said, why did she marry me? She said, because you're funny. I said, damn, I thought it was because I was good in the bedroom. She said, there you go, being hilarious again. I had a flight with my grandson, and as we were taxiing out to the runway, he saw all the private planes. He said, are those baby planes? I said, yeah. He said, well, if those are baby planes, are we in a mama plane or a papa plane? I said, well, I don't know. Let me ask the stewardess. So when she came by, I explained about the baby planes. And I said, he wants to know if this is a mama plane or a papa plane. She said, well, sir, I don't think it's a mama plane because we weren't late. Oh, wait a minute. It must be a papa plane because we pulled out early. I don't like any of it. During the Olympics, I saw this ad in the back of the magazine, and it was an ad for Olympic condoms in Olympic colors. You could get a bronze, a silver, and a gold in a pack. They were cheap enough, so I thought it'd be a neat joke on my wife, so I ordered them. And when they came, I bragged and said, Don, I got my Olympic condoms today, and tonight I'm going to wear my gold condom. She said, oh, why don't you wear your silver one and come second for a change? Well, at my age, of course, everybody's looking for signs of Alzheimer's or becoming senile. And of course, when I told them that I was going to be doing stand-up comedy, they all went, So I knew I was going to have to come up with something to prove that I have a good mind and a strong memory. And I told them this. I said, look, my name is Royce. I'm also known as Royce by choice, but that's because I talk in rhyme. I seem to do it all the time. And I feel fine, but everyone else acts like it's some kind of crime. My Afro-American friends, they think I'm talking rap. But I've had to tell them that's a bunch of crap. They say, if you talk in rhyme, then you're a sap. And I try to explain, look, I'm just an English chap who loves to rhyme when I get the chance, since my body no longer lets me dance. Words choke and fog my mind from knowing time, and I start talking to everyone in rhyme. Now some of my white friends, they think I sound like Dr. Seuss, but I swear, I don't like green eggs, ham or juice. I'm really just a simpleton who thinks with his heart, hoping my words will make me sound smart. Not schooled to write in proper verse, spelling and grammar have been my life's curse. But on I go looking for the truth, and all that I'm sure of is I've lost my youth. Now if I'd been born black, well I'd have been a rapper, with lots of bling and looking really dapper. Yeah, I could sound like one while sitting on the cracker, making a real knee slapper. But if the goal is to have some soul, when I try to write rap, it comes out sounding like a bunch of crap. So you're gonna have to put up with my simple rhyme as I stand here looking like a white-faced mime. Maybe I better go back to my glasses and see what I've got. You know, at my age, I've been turned down more times in the bed. You know, I told my wife, I said, why do you wear a bra? You have nothing to put in it. She said, why do you wear pants? These days, my take-home pay doesn't even get me home. And I've had so many sick days that today I called in dead. I don't argue with my wife anymore. No, I don't want to get into trouble. and that would make it worse. But I could prove that I'm macho. Yeah. I jogged home for my vasectomy. I really don't know anything about music. When I was young, I thought Johnny Cash was a paid toilet. At this age, these days, whenever I see a single woman, I hear my mother's voice. Don't pick that up, you don't know where it's been. Yeah, I'm so old that I can remember boxing matches between two white guys. That's how old I am. I still read Playboy. For the same reason I read National Geographic. I want to see all those places and things I'll never see. I hold several speed records, but they're for sexual events. I have this older friend of mine, Fred, and every time I see him, his fly is down. And after about the 10th time I said, Fred, what the hell? Every time I see you, your fly is down. What are you, trying to advertise or something? He said, no, it's in case I need to count to 11. Oh, by the way, talking about abortion, in the Jewish tradition, a fetus is not considered viable until it graduates from medical or law school. Oh, I think I've done about all my jokes, and there's a bunch of guys behind me. Thank God nobody yelled, sit down in front, we're watching the tennis game.
Let's do it one more time for Royce by Royce. I love that he turned Denny into a fan club. Love that right away. All right, guys, our next comment, I'm going to go ahead and lower the stand, but don't lower your energy. Take this. But once you see her, how cute and delicious she is, you'll see that it would have been mean to leave it at 6'3". Guys, please give it up for our next comment. She's hilarious. She's fantastic. She performed with us at Duke's, and she's all over Florida. Please give it up for Miss V. Chalet.
Wow, chivalry is not dead. Men will lower their mic stand for you. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm at dinner with my parents, where they look at me expectantly and I'm nervous not to disappoint them. So it's good to be here, Jupiter. I'm not a native myself. I moved to Florida, and whenever I move someplace new, I really like to blend in and become a local. I want to become Florida woman, if you will. So the first thing I did when I moved here, you know those lights in the front of your car to indicate a turn? I got mine removed. It turns out you don't need them to drive here. And I was apprehensive at first, but now I'm with y'all. Driving is so much more thrilling. Y'all have that U-turn of faith? Coming up on a U-turn and you see cars, do you slow down or stop? No, you're gonna floor it into oncoming traffic. On those torrential downpours, I can't see through my windshield, so I slow down. But not y'all.